Hello, Mr. Vikram Sihag. On behalf
Hello,
of
sir.
Unique IS and Unique IS YouTube channel, I welcome you and I congratulate you for your success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Vikram Siag, and this year in UPSC Civil Services examination, I secured rank 450, and this was my second attempt in civil services. In the first attempt, I could not get call for interview due to some shortage of marks. And in my background, I have done engineering. In 2016, I passed out from NIT Jalandhar, and after that, I started working in a software as a software engineering in Pune, Maharashtra. And for last almost 4 years, I am working there. And simultaneously, I started preparing for civil services examination. And this year, I managed to get cleared.
That's really nice. So your father is in police?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he's working in which state? Rajasthan?
Yes, sir. My father is head constable in Rajasthan Police.
It's a very big thing. It's a very, very big thing. He must be a very satisfied man. His son is able to crack the UPSC. It's a really amazing thing. Very nice. Again, congratulations,
Yes.
double count to you
Thank
as
you,
well as
sir.
your father and your family. Great. So, what is your success mantra?
Uh, for me, I cleared this exam in second attempt. So many things I learned from this examination, and in overall, when I see that how did I manage to clear it, I see that consistency and sticking to the syllabus. These were the two keys. I always managed that I study 2 to 4 or 5 hours every day, no matter what. And also, I also ensured that I do not read any waste material that is out of syllabus. I stick to the syllabus and only read from the reliable source and also limited source. And that's why in the limited time I was able to clear this exam. So consistency and sticking to the syllabus and limited sources.
So, your target was like the Eklavya, and then in your childhood also you got the Eklavya award for the 8th straight merit, right?
Yes, sir, in 12th
Is it
class.
true? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what are the obstructions and hurdles in your life while you're preparing for the exams?
As such, I did not face any financial or any such kind of hurdle. My family had supported me very well, and also as I was also working, so back of mind, I was also financially, secure that I do not have to worry about these things. But the challenges that I faced were related to examination and managing my job, and also the obstructions like how will I clear this, or the moral pressure that builds upon you every time you are not able to crack this examination, and with every attempt people start asking you that what went wrong, are you doing enough, or so that moral pressure also builds upon you. But if you see that slowly, if you are consistent in your approach, then you start neglecting those things and focus only on your aim.
That's very nice. So people normally say, some successful people say they studied for 14 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours. So this is a very general question of a viewer, that how many hours did you study for civil services?
Uh, as I was also working simultaneously, so I did not get that much of time. For example, many students who are preparing full time for civil services, they are able to devote more than 8 hour, 10 hour every day. So I did not have that luxury. I studied almost 3 to 5 hour maximum every day on weekdays, and on weekend I used to study for 7 8 hours. That was maximum because uh, that was the schedule I was sticking to, and I did not find anything difficult in that. That I was studying continuously for small hours, but focused with a focused approach, and I managed that consistency. And I did not see that studying for long hour is required in this exam, because if you study for let's say I have also tried for studying 10 12 14 hour on weekends, but I did not find it very useful, because the day I studied for 14 hours, the next day I'm completely tired and I will not study. So I think studying for small I mean few hours but focused approach, that will help you.
And how much weightage did you give for answer writing skills?
Answer writing is very crucial part from men's perspective, and that is the one thing that ultimately gets you in that finalist. So and I also devoted a significant amount of time to answer writing. Before pre, I was, I mean, little nervous that will I be able to clear the prelims or not. So before prelims, 3 4 months I completely devoted to prelims, and after prelims I started focusing on the answer writing and simultaneously content building for men's answer. And in the starting phase, when I started the preparation, and until 3 4 months before the prelims, there was no difference in my approach about prelims or mains. I did not uh, and I did not I mean separated anything that this is related to prelims or this is important to mains. I continued that approach that this is syllabus and I will continue this. And when prelims approached, I started focusing on prelims, and later on, as before mains, answer writing became a very crucial part. I was not that ardent follower that I used to write almost 20 questions every time, but my approach was that in 1.5 hour, if I manage to write 10 questions and with same speed and efficiency, then that is also equal, because when you write 3 hours paper in a day, almost your entire day is covered in that, and you are not able to study enough for, I mean, revise enough on that day. Also, you become little tired, because after writing 3 hours, it is very difficult for, I mean, you also have to uh, evaluate that answers
Right.
also.
Right.
So I will recommend that if any student want to not able to write 20 questions, then at least write 10 question in last days of mains.
Right.
That will also help.
Right. So how did you go to prepare for your notes, like notes preparing?
For me, standard books were like Gospel Truth. I did not refer anything else other than those. Until unless it was not covered in them, then I had to search internet for that. So most of the stuff like polity, history, these things were in from the standard books only. I underlined all those important things from men's perspective or prelims perspective, and few things which were not there in standard books, like science and tech. You find so much material in I mean materials of coaching institute or anything. So then you have to extract according to yourself, and then uh, on those subject I created a separate notebook for those topics and made my notes. And in final time of mains examination or prelims examination, I revised from them.
So right from the beginning, you are a meritorious student. You gain above 90% marks, 95%, 93%. So, but do you think if an average student has also chances to qualify and crack the exam?
Definitely, sir. The exam pattern and the exam syllabus, the except for the optional subject, all the subjects are general study subject, and which are as normally it is said that they are equivalent to 12th standard. So they do not require any specialization, and also the most of the subject they can be understood by student by themselves. They do not even require external help for them, except for some technical subjects and few critical topics. Most of them can be covered. The requirement of this examination is to be consistent and also have some patience, because you might not be able to clear in first attempt or second attempt. Even few people I have seen, they take many attempts, but in the end when they clear it, all their efforts are paid off. So you have to be patient. That is more important instead of your IQ or past backgrounds marks.
Right. And what is the role of the group discussion in the success?
For me, sir, it was, I mean, a long journey because I was simultaneously working. So I did not have chance to interact with the other aspirants. I prepared, I mean, individually. But I have seen with my friends that if you have, I mean, a like-minded group, people who are same enthusiastic as you, and also they are able to, I mean, evaluate your answers and suggest you ways to improve yourself, then it is always good to join a group of those like-minded people. But if you are not comfortable with group, or if you see that that group is not helping in improving your ability to crack this exam, then we should avoid these groups, because that will push our journey to backwards instead of taking it forward.
So, in during the journey for the preparation of civil services, there are a number of people who demotivate. So, how did you tackle such persons?
Yes, it happens that people, like I was working simultaneously. So I mean, I used to hear this almost, I mean, very frequently, that it is very difficult to crack this examination while job, or why are you even wasting your effort, your prime time of your life in this examination. Go to Delhi or some place where you can completely devote to this examination, or other also, like you are from science background, how will you clear this boring art subjects.
Yeah,
So all these things, also the moral pressure, as I told you in earlier, that will also, I mean, push you backward, that what should I do, I mean, everyone thinks that I'm a loser or some kind of these thought also will come. So the best way is to continue with your preparation, because that is the only thing that will give you confidence. The way, if you manage to clear prelims, then half of your critics or half your demotivator will stop talking about you. Once you clear mains or reach to interview stage, most of them will stop, because they don't have any reason now to criticize you or do anything. So my suggestion, anyone who consider these things as serious, that they are hampering his or her preparation, the best way is to focus on your study and crack this examination phase wise phase, and then that will give you confidence, and simultaneously you will learn the art of neglecting those things.
so after cracking the civil services, now what is your next target?
My next target will be to, I mean, to complete the training with full enthusiasm, and then join the service, uh, and whatever assignment I have been given, to fulfill that with full integrity and honesty. and also to take innovative step or initiative for our vulnerable section who are not as privileged as us.
Right. What services you would like to expect for yourself for your rank?
I mean, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping for IPS.
That's very nice. So are you trying to become IAS next time? You dream and
I
aspire?
have not decided that yet, but I think IPS is also very good service. If I get that, then I might not be interested in IAS for another time.
And finally, what is your message to the aspirants of the civil services exam?
My message is if you have dreamt about civil services and joining these services who fulfills all those quality, all those aspiration, anyone who can desire in any professional job, then this job is there for you. If you crack this, then all those opportunities awaits for you, and try hard, be consistent in approach, and also have some patience. It might take some time because competition is really tough, but in the end, once you clear it, all those you will forget all those setbacks and all those hurdles. You will only remember that you cleared it.
Right. So बहुत अच्छा journey आपकी and all the best. Try to become a very good and honest civil servant. All the best from my side. Right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.